Goreme and see the fairy tales there. That's that, Chabashin. Chabashin
is the name of this village.
So we're coming into Chabashin.
Yeah.
See the cave dwellings over there. Follow that car.
Same as my car, but red.
There's the bikies. Okay, now we're coming into Goreme now.
Yeah.
This is where the Vista Cave Hotel is in Goreme.
Have you seen this left side? I'll stop along here.
There's Yvette. And in the back we have the wee munchkin.
Hello.
Follow the yellow brick road.
I'll stop here. So then you will.
There's some horses there. Over there you got the ferry towers. People should actually live in there in Goreme. Carve out the middle of them. Here we're in Goreme now, in the village itself.
Yep.
You can see the ferry towers here where people used to live in.
Still do.
People still live in them, Yvette says, my tour guide. And here we have the Burger King.
Yes.
Takes two hands to handle a Whopper. The Whopper's a bigger at the Burger King. I met it years ago, I swear. So we're coming into Goreme now. You see the ferry towers up there.
Other people on the lookout at the top.
People up there on the lookout. Hope they don't decide to jump. Be good for abseiling, that. There's a nice little business for you to get into abseiling. A lot of people pay big bucks to that. Jump down a cliff.
People do that kind of thing in Antalya.
Here we are in Goreme. All the restaurants. There's a Peking Chinese there.
Yes.
Korean restaurant. You got everything here.
Yeah, we've got Indian. We've got three Indian
I like
restaurants.
Indian.
Because the Indian people miss their own food. They like to have their own cuisine.
And Fat Boy's just around the corner, isn't it?
Yep, up here, this corner's Mosaic, and then a little bit further down is
There we go.
Fat Boys.
Taxi there. You think you're in New York? Yellow taxis.
Yes, there's a bunch of yellow taxis. Come on.
There's another restaurant up there.
They're
Kiev
right.
restaurant.
Yep. Watch out for the tractors.
And there's the big sign, Goreme. I love Goreme.
Where's that tractor?
Indian Gate Indian restaurant.
On the left, we're coming up to Fatty's.
We're on the left.
Yep, Fatty's is up here.
There's Fat Boys.
Probably go there this evening. Say hi.
See the ferry tower up there.
Yeah, that's a Roman tomb.
Okay.
See the columns, broken columns at the top of it? Romans were here from the 4th century all the way through until the 12th.
Yeah, the Romans here from the 4th century to the 12th was not
They were
not too long
chasing
ago.
chasing the early Christians. Because the early Christians were hiding here.
Yeah.
And that's where all the cave churches come from.
But then when did the Romans become Christians themselves? That wasn't too... Well, the 12th century they'd still be... Were they still around in the 12th century, the Romans?
Yes. They were persecuting the Christians then. They were on the... And that's why they all... Well, not all of them, but a lot of them came this way because they were on their way to Syria. They were following the path of St. Paul.
Yeah.
And so they were on their way to Damascus.
Are we on our way to Damascus?
And they were, living in the caves, and then there were monasteries, and then they started the paintings, painting the frescoes that you still at the open air museum.
There's a bloody tourist there. Look at him, bloody taking photographs. Bloody tourist.
Move over. Move over? Hello?
You're in the middle of the road.
Well, it's just walking in the middle of the road.
There's no one in the middle of the road.
At least she's on the side. These ones are...
You think
okay, coming through, people.
You'd think that these ones in the middle of the road too?
I don't understand. Do people walk in the middle of the road at home?
No.
I get frustrated. Coming up this hill, people seem to think that, there are no vehicles or something.
So here we are coming up to the Vista Cave Hotel. And that's it there, isn't it?
Yep, that's the
There's
hotel.
the Vista Cave Hotel and all its glory.
You might want to hop out here because I'm going to get very close to this. Oh, it's alright actually. I'm going to get as close as I can to the wall. Parking is premium, there's no parking down.
And there we have the Vista Cave Hotel. Come here, tell me a little bit about the Vista Cave Hotel.
A little sun. So we used to live in the hotel. It used to be our house. And in 2015 we built the hotel. It has 9 rooms. 3 of them are cave rooms and the rest are stone-made rooms. That's about it.
Introduce yourself.
I'm Melissa. I'm partially the owner of the hotel. My parents own the hotel. What else do you want to say?
That's very good.
Yeah, perfect.
It's a pretty majestic building, as you can see.
Yes.
So if you ever want to come to Goreme in Cappadocia, I actually recommend the Vista Cave Hotel. It is, as you can see, a very unique building. And we will take you inside, won't we?
Yep.
And show you the views.
Yes. we
Okay.
will. With our terraces.
And the hostess or the mostess is coming out here now. That's Yvette. Oh, say that
We're
again.
called Vista because it means view in 7 different languages,
Yeah.
and we have an awesome view.
Yep, you sure do. I mean, look at that view for a start. We're not even up the top there. That's the Goreme down below, and the ferry towers. There you go. There's some buildings alongside the Vista Cave Hotel. A lot of old history here. And here's the grand entrance into the Vista Cave Hotel. The Vista Cave Hotel. Here we are.
Wait, no. What do you want? Just stop.
The hostess is a bit shy here, camera shy, but let's go outside and have a look around there.
Yes.
Elisa, hi, where?
I need mum's house.
Hello, how are you?
This is our cleaning lady.
Hello, how are you?
Basically-
You're going on YouTube. How are you?
İyi abla ben de. Aynı devam ediyoruz. Annemin kuzeni.
Now, why do they call this the Vista?
We call it Vista because, well, we have one of the best views and it means view in 7 different languages. So we just come out here.
Your mum just said that,
Yeah.
but true, look at that view.
So we can basically see all the valleys.
Yep, there's,
The red parts on the rock, they're called the Rose Valley. Then right underneath it, there's some spiky rocks. That's called Sword Valley.
You can see they're called the, what they call them, ferry towers?
The ferry chimneys.
Ferry chimneys, and people actually live in them, still do live in them.
Yeah.
You can see the view here. It's like going back in time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, right now in Goreme we have over 350 hotels and over 300 restaurants as well.
Yep, a great place to
But
come.
we can still see like houses
Yep.
down here in the bottom.
It's an amazing place to come for a holiday, isn't it?
Yep. This
And
is our breakfast terrace.
That's the breakfast terrace here.
And then we have a cafe upstairs.
Upstairs, yes, yes.
So-
You did a good job there. Last time I was here was February, March last year.
Yep.
And it was actually cold. Now today's nice and warm.
It's 32 degrees.
Yeah.
So the summer's started.
Yeah, the sun's shining.
We have this sun terrace here where
Yeah.
guests mostly take photos.
Look at the views. That's what they call the Vista Cave Hotel. Should we go upstairs?
Yep. So this is the rooftop terrace. This is where we have our little cafe where my mum works. She makes
So-
homemade cakes, homemade biscuits.
The Cafe Vista.
Yep, the Cafe Vista.
I can recommend the food because I had a big breakfast cooked by Yvette, Elisa's mother and my cousin, this morning. Absolutely beautiful.
And this is what you wake up to basically every morning.
Yep. Look at that view. So if you want to have a There's a swimming pool down there.
Yep.
Hold that. No, film me. Don't touch it. Now, as I say, highly recommend the Vista Cave Hotel in Goreme, here in Cappadocia. Great place to come. Beautiful views here. Very famous for hot air ballooning. Also in the vicinity you got underground cities where the Christians used to hide from the Romans many years ago. And there's also monasteries and churches that are built in the cliff face, and it's really amazing to see some of the old paintings on the walls and on the ceilings. You can see it's like going back in history, like thousands of years ago. And you can imagine the Romans walking through the streets here in Goreme with their swords and Hail Caesar. Hey. And down there you can see there's a ferry tower that's kind of incorporated into the building. It's pretty amazing, isn't it?
Actually, the building down there where you can see the cars parked,
Yeah?
that building my father was born in.
Yeah?
Now it's a hammam as well as a restaurant.
Okay. Hammam is a bit like a bed and breakfast, isn't it?
No, hammam is like a bath.
It's a bath.
Yeah, it's like a spa.
Oh, a spa bath, yeah. Like a Turkish bath.
Yeah.
Okay.
And actually, my mum's henna night was in that house as well.
Yeah?
We have the traditional, before the wedding, the henna nights.
Oh, yeah. That's like a hen party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my mum had her henna night there.
You get like male strippers and things like
Yeah.
that. You don't do that, do you? You don't do that at all. Pretty amazing, isn't it? Here we have Yvette, the hostess of the mostess.
Hello.
She's come a long way since 360 Robinson Avenue.
Yeah, it's very hot in here because it's
close it?
closed up. But I've just put the air conditioning on, so
There's some of Yvette's cakes that she makes.
yes.
I'll tell you what, here, a lot bloody cheaper than the airport. Wow. Walnut cake with cream, 190 Turkish lira. That looks like a good tucker, man. I think I'll have one there myself. I'll give her a tip even. San Sebastian, 190. And we've got
And they're all
tiramisu truffles, all homemade. There's no effies in the fridge, I can see that, but that's okay. I can't drink effies for about 10 days, thanks to bloody vet booking me in to get a hair transplant up here in Goreme.
Well, you're the one that wants a rug on his head.
Yep. So, come Monday, I've already had one little top up, but come Monday, I'm getting a few more follicles moved around the head. Here in Goreme, they've got me one of the top transplant doctors apparently in Turkey doing it. Where's he from, Yvette?
He's coming from Kayseri, from Acıbadem Hospital.
Yep.
So the guy that we know at Cappadocia Hospital has organised it, especially because he knows, that you're my cousin.
I did have it.
Only the best.
I did have it booked in Istanbul, but then Yvette recommended to come up here and get it done, and
It's a lot cheaper.
about half the over half the price, under half the price what they pay in Istanbul, and you get to see all of this here. Look at this. There's a big ferry chimney there.
Yep.
You can see it's been carved out in the middle.
It was lived in for a long time.
Lived in from
That
there.
belonged to a man called Haydar.
Haydar.
Haydar, yes, he lived in there until
Yeah.
he died.
And there's the Hyra Caf suite there, all neighbours. Cave suite, sorry. And one there's got like domes. And as you can see why they call it the Vista Cave Hotel. As the girls are saying, Vista means view in many different languages. And look at the view. My cousin Yvette came here many years ago, touring around when she was a young girl from Australia, and apparently she wanted to stay in Goreme to see the snow. And she met now what is to be her husband, Chanel, and she moved here, got married to Chanel, two beautiful daughters, absolutely gorgeous daughters. And Elisa is here now with us. She can give us a bit of a tour. But I highly recommend this place. They will make you feel so welcome. Chanel is her husband, fantastic man. He does a lot of the, he can arrange tours for you, the hot air ballooning, all that kind of stuff, transfers. Fantastic man. The oldest daughter, Ellie, she's in college at the moment, so she isn't here today. Anyway, Lisa's gone downstairs, so I'm going to follow. I could show you some of the rooms, but they're currently all booked out. So, as Elise was saying, this is where they have the breakfast in the morning, and the food here is absolutely amazing. Not your bacon and egg kind of food, like really healthy kind of food, crepes and things like that. Look at it. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
This is reception.
Yep.
Sit down, make yourself look official. Can I book a room for 2 nights, please?
Of course, let me just check really quick. Oh, the computer's off.
There's a picture. That's Ataturk, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Ataturk. And right next to him is my grandfather.
Oh, that's...
My father's father.
Okay, what's his name?
Mustafa.
Mustafa?
Mm-hmm.
Handsome man. I can see where you get your handsome, your good looks from.
Thanks.
Oh, I thought it was outside of the family.
And that picture my sister drew in 2013.
That one there.
And it went to like a museum, kind of like a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I remember you told me that last time I was here. Ellie did that. Elisa's sister, who I just said is in university at the moment, in
She's in Ankara,
Ankara.
the capital.
But she did that, and it went to some museum, did it? And it's like a painting of the ferry
Very chimneys.
chimneys. It's very amazing.
And then we've got the tulips, which also
Very good.
which also mean something in Turkey. Yeah.
There's a few magic carpets there. If you want to go for a magic carpet ride, you abracadabra and off you go.
It's because my father used to be a carpenter. He used to work at the carpet shop.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, I'm going to sit down, put my feet up, and I'll put this up on YouTube. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll bring you a few more here from the Vista Cave Hotel and Goreme over my stay here. And there's Ataturk again. He was the founder of Turkey, wasn't he?
Yep.
Ataturk. Tell me a bit of history on Ataturk.
Well, Ataturk was born in 1881, and he grew up with his father, his mother, and yet an older sister. He grew up in a strict family, where normally he wasn't going to go to the army school, but because his mum didn't want him to, as well as his father, but he went and he fought for his country, and
Who did he fight against?
He fought against the Greeks, the English.
If he fought against the English, we'd like him. My grandfather fought against the English too, for the Irish Republican Army.
Yeah, he fought a lot of countries, and
Yeah.
he's the reason why Turkey is Turkey, basically.
And so he's the reason why Turkey is an independent country now.
Yeah.
Good job.
He brought a lot of dignity to his name, let's say.
Yep. And, you know, despite all the turmoil that sometimes you see, political turmoil and what's going on at the moment with Erdogan locking up the mayor of Istanbul, Ataturk is loved by everyone in Turkey, no matter what their political persuasion was. He's the founder of the state.
He's the reason why a lot of women can vote as well.
Yep, as Lee said, he gave women voting rights, which is great.
Yeah. He's also the reason why women don't have to be covered all the time and, you know, lower than men.
Yeah.
Basically. He's also the reason.
Very good. So he was all for people's freedom and people's rights, which is, you know, I suppose he was very, very modern for his age and for the time he lived in, like, you know, which is great. Now, Turkey's a very circular country. It's a fantastic country. Istanbul is an amazing city, and there's some great seaside resorts here. I got Marmaris, but you got Antalya, Alana.
Madison.
Yep, and Marmaris I've been to Marmaris 4 times. Great spot, like that. But this is a different place, different holiday. If you come here for a holiday, it's completely different to your normal seaside holiday. It's more of a historical kind of adventure type holiday where you can go hot air ballooning, go under the underground cities, visit the Roman ruins. So much to do here, and the restaurants, the bars, the nightlife here is fantastic, like, you know. So anyway, we'll sign off now. We'll bring you some more videos hopefully later on.
Yep.
And I hope my tour guide here will be a bit more on the ball next time, because this is totally unrehearsed.
Yep.
Yep, but she did a good job, eh?